don't know.
Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot Jalen Wilson. Jalen, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Can't complain. You know, just a little cold outside, but I'm staying warm because I'm inside. So
Yeah, it's cold up there. For those of you all don't know, Jalen is in Illinois, and it's a different type of cold up there. What's the temperature up there right now?
Shoo, let me check. 21 degrees, 20 degrees.
20 degrees. I think it's about 15 degrees cooler here. It was cold this morning. I think I was telling you yesterday. It was cold yesterday as well. So
it was like 6 degrees when I woke up. I was
like, my guy D now in the building. What's happening, brother? He said he freezing in Ohio. I bet, brother. Yeah. So yeah, I had been probably sick. I started feeling better yesterday for about the past week. So it's just good to like be live and talking college football again. So this is probably the easiest show we're gonna have all year. I think it's always the easiest show to have all year, right before we get into college football. Start talking about these conference championship games. What's your overall lasting thought of the college football playoff committee? What message do you think that they sent, and how different do you think it is versus last year, where you had it was a little bit lesser known because the strength of schedule wasn't included?
Yeah, I think it's a lot. I think it's different. I feel like it helped them that it's the second year, especially with so many teams that are on the outside looking in, because you got Texas, you got Vanderbilt, got Miami.
Mm-hmm. And Vandy has no chance of making the playoff.
Yeah, but I know they're trying to advocate. Didn't they trying to advocate for them to get a chance?
Yeah, but once the finals, joint is set, like it's just pretty much a line. You know what I'm saying? Like, how far does Alabama fall? If they lose to Georgia, I think they're out. If they do lose to Georgia. And then it's just the next team up. They seeded Texas in front of Vandy. That's not going to change. We've seen all of the football that we needed to see this year, for them teams that's not in the playoffs. So does Miami get in? I thought it'll be more of a Miami versus a Notre Dame type of thing. I don't think that's quite the case. It's just a lot going on. But let's get into these championship games. We're gonna kick it off rapid fire style. ACC championship. You had a question?
No.
Okay. All right. So ACC championship, we got UVA 10-2 versus Duke, who's 7-5. Talk to me about how Duke ended up here in the first place.
Yeah, very weird. It was the Cal SMU game, right?
Yeah.
I was actually unaware that game had like crazy stipulation, because I kind of just had it on the background.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like on my phone. Then I see like a message in the group chat that was like, "Yeah, it's crazy that this game could send Duke to ACC championship." I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "For real, that's crazy."
Mm-hmm.
I saw some Illinois fans saying, "Yeah, we beat we possibly beat the ACC champions." Crazy enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was not expecting that. Georgia Tech had it right there. They had it in their laps, fumbled it. Louisville had it. Fumbled it.
Yeah.
Who else? Pitt? Nah, Pitt didn't really. Pitt kind of. Did Pitt have it?
They had an opportunity.
Miami had it, but we kind of expected them to fumble at one point.
Yeah, I mean that's what Miami's going to do, brother.
Yeah, Mario Cristobal.
They still have a chance, believe it or not. Yeah, so he says SEC bias is real. No shot. Their comment on Bama going forward on fourth against a Auburn team was better than Notre Dame outscoring their last two opponents 100-24 or some crap. I know D Now and company is deeply rooted in the SEC. So I'm sorry, not in the SEC. I'm sorry, with Notre Dame. So I know they're probably kind of pissed off about that. So a lot of great games to talk about today, brother. Let's start with this ACC championship. What's your overall thoughts?
Um, Duke being 7-5 and being like an ACC championship game is kind of like really weird to me when I look at it because you like it's 7-5. Uh, it's interesting. I feel like Duke has kind of struggled to stop some teams. I mean, they're 7-5, so yeah. But I remember the Illinois. You remember early in the season, the Illinois loss, and there was a loss right after the Illinois loss that they were struggling. The Georgia Tech loss, they struggled.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like UVA could kind of be the same problem for them.
And they played earlier in the season. I believe UVA won by the score of a 34-17.
Yeah,
Duke didn't play well. This was in Durham. I don't expect Duke to put on this type of performance
I don't either.
again, to be honest with you. Now, I've seen UVA at times where they clutched up. Like they got a great overtime win versus Louisville. They clutched up. They got another great overtime victory versus
Wake Forest? Was
FSU.
that who?
Oh, FSU. Now they actually lost to Wake Forest. That was actually a game I was going to talk about. And I know Chandler Morris got hurt that game, but it was an ugly game to watch, to be honest with you. And that game was in Charlottesville. So my bad. I was just adding to what you were saying.
No, you good. Um, you good. I mean, it's it's kind of hard to grade because Duke could come out an entirely different team. Like
Exactly.
they like at times you're like if you didn't have the record, you're like okay, like I can see when you watch them play, like I can see them being in the ACC championship game, and then you see moments where you're like, how does this team make it to the ACC championship
Right.
game?
Right.
Like
Why? Why are they even here?
yeah, which I guess you could say that about UVA, but UVA will have less of the moments.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a fact.
yeah, and I feel like Georgia Tech had less of the moments too.
Hmm.
Just that their moments where they did have them came,
They were horrible.
yeah, and they came at a fortunate time of during conference play.
Yeah.
Um,
And they shouldn't be there. They got dog walked by NC State. They got
yeah,
dog walked by Pitt. Like, the Pitt game was at home. This was after Pitt had looked atrocious versus Notre Dame. And yeah, they don't deserve to be there. It's crazy. You see a year like this year in the ACC, and it's like, is there truly any deserving teams? Miami, in my opinion, didn't deserve to be there. UVA, I guess, did the most to deserve to be there. But
they
when it
did,
comes
but
to a toss up between some teams and a few of them,
it's really not a team that you coming out of there that you expect to really try to
mhm.
compete for a championship. Um, they're kind of just there for placement. Like
Yeah, this
you're kind of just here because it's the rules.
ACC
If it wasn't, you wouldn't be here.
ACC looked like a conference that expected Clemson to do much better this year.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it's
you know, top
it's
five team in almost every poll.
yeah.
Like,
It's crazy what two more wins in the conference could have did for that team, bro. Like we could be looking at a 7-5
what is
Clemson team that's
what was their record?
in the conference.
Just in general, because I honestly
I think
stopped
it was
paying attention.
75. It was 75 overall.
Okay, because I stopped paying attention to Clemson.
Yeah, it was
Like at some point.
it was bad, brother. it
Uh,
was completely bad.
yeah. But I honestly think this game UVA prevails again. I
Hmm.
feel like it's a lot closer than than it
The
was
34
early in
17.
this. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot closer than that.
Hmm.
But I feel like Darian Mensah would just won't have enough help. I feel like on offense, and their defense won't
That's fair.
cover. The defense still won't cover as good. So I expect it to be like a 10-point game, like a 34-24 type of
Okay. Okay.
34-27.
Yeah, that's what was consensus, I believe. Talking to everybody, and like D Now and Nino and Boomer, and getting their thoughts on how they feel about this game. I'm going to go with Duke. I've been riding with Duke all year, other than a few games this year. I think Illinois was one of the games that I chose against them. There was another game, but other than that, I've chose Duke a good portion of the year. And I know they were at home, and I know the game. It's just difficult to beat a team twice in a year. It really is. You can see, hey, we look terrible this game. What happens if we put our best foot forward? But I think Duke is going to need to be its complete best, the
Yeah,
best
Duke,
they've seen this season.
Duke is gonna have like they gotta have one of the games where it's dang near perfect. Like you can have a mistake maybe,
Mhm, mhm.
but you can't have two.
You can't have too many mistakes, and I agree with that 100%. Um, I got a question for you now.
Yeah.
So if Duke, let's say Duke does win this game, like how does that work with the overall college football playoff aspect of things? Like, is this one of those things? Is because it's still the top five, right?
Mm-hmm.
Conference highest conference bidders, and of course, we see that JMU is ranked 25th right now,
Yeah.
and then for the G5 spot, we know that that's gone because they I seen it a long time ago. You seen it a long time ago. I think some other people didn't want to quite place honesty to it just yet. That it was like, yo, whoever wins the American is going to be that Group of
Yeah,
Five
they're gonna get that.
representative.
Yeah, they're gonna get that spot.
We dealt with that a long time ago, and we knew that was going to happen. So now, my next question to you is: now we're looking at five highest, right? And then will it become a battle between if JMU won a championship, and then ACC might not get any representative in there
Well, I think the ACC. I think it would have to, right?
because they did away with the auto bids, right?
Did they? Oh, I don't remember the rules. They changed anything.
Yeah, yeah, they changed
Um,
so often. I probably should have did a little bit more research on this.
because I feel like the ACC. I feel like the ACC still gets an auto bid, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, okay,
Um, but if they don't, yeah, I don't let Duke in. If I'm the committee, if it's no auto bid, I don't let Duke in.
yeah.
You 8-5. Sure, you should have won a couple more games. You should have went. You should have went 10-2, 11-2. Like, and also, uh, to be honest with you, um, the ACC is kind of just the ACC is low key kind of what we expected the Big 12 to be.
Yeah, so it's what I was saying. That's what I thought.
Yeah, remember how
So
we? Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
like it's the top five conference champions that get the auto bids.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah, so that's how it will work. So it will then become a discussion of JMU versus Duke.
I'm putting JMU in. Duke should have won more
Me
games.
too. Me too. Me too.
Duke should
Me
have won
too.
more games.
So is
Uh,
Duke rooting for Troy?
they got to.
They got to, right? I, I don't know. I don't think the college football world is ready for the type of madness that can happen. If Duke
I
wins
feel
this
people
weekend.
don't know the rules, so if Duke wins and
Yeah,
they don't, people going like, "What the heck? Like,
right. I
what's
think
this?"
people will be confused. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a possibility though. Duke could win and ACC does not get a bid at all. And we've seen Jim Phillips in these moments. That's my dog. I think the world of Jim Phillips, but I don't think he handled those situations the right way, like the way that a Greg Sankey would handle a situation like that, where what I'm saying he's going to pound the table and be heard. I think Commissioner Phillips is just going to do it the most diplomatically, politically correct way as possible. What were you
yeah.
saying, brother? Before I was giving you the update on that,
I was saying, I feel like the ACC has kind of turned into what we thought the Big 12 was going to be, to where it was
I agree
like
with that.
it
That's
ain't no real contenders in the Big
fair.
12. This, that, and the third. Then you see Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a real contender.
Yeah,
Like
they are. They get one of those.
ACC, SMU was not a real contender last year.
Mm-mm.
I don't feel like UVA is a contender. Duke is definitely not a
Yeah,
contender.
no, no, they're not.
Like they're kind of what we thought the Big 12 was going to be, where it's like, oh, every year might just be different. Because every year
Mm-hmm.
might just be different now. Because Clemson don't run none.
Mm-hmm.
FSU gonna need a new head coach next year. Because I don't
I,
care,
I hear,
Mike Norvell's just not cutting it.
hey, I mean, the Mike Norvell thing has always been interesting to me, but that's our take. Jalen has UVA winning it. Most of the people I talk to has UVA winning it. I'm gonna go with Duke just because I've been picking with Duke a lot this year. Let's go ahead and move to our next rapid fire segment, and this is the American Championship. I still see places calling it the AAC, and I guess because we were at American Media Days, we knew how strong of a message they were sending when they took
Mm-hmm.
off that second A and and just calling it the American
Yeah,
Conference. So
you
I
know,
always
we got
make
the shirt.
sure
Remember, we got the shirt. It just said
it,
American on it.
sure, yeah, that does say America. So I try to make sure I'm always politically correct about it. How do you feel about this mega size matchup between two programs, both of which head
We're gonna see some
coaches
scoring
are?
in this game.
You think we're gonna see some scoring?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we're gonna see some scoring. I'm a lot comfortable. I'm more comfortable with North Texas than I am Tulane going into this game.
100%.
Um, but I can see a world where like you basically go to this game like, man, Tulane, like you should really pick them. Like you should really, no pun intended, ride the wave
Mm,
when it comes to them. But like North Texas, I don't know. I just feel like they can put up points in bunches, like
hmm
to where
they're number one in the country at scoring.
yeah, like to where Tulane, they just can't. They're just not gonna be able to keep up at some
Hmm.
point.
That's a fact.
Like, and that's why I look at this
Oh
game.
man, there's a legend in the building. Brian, how
Is it
you
Brian?
been, brother? Yeah, talk to us, man. Where you been at? How you doing, man? Hope all is well, man. Hope you and the fam doing good, brother.
Yeah, but this game, like, I just feel like it's gonna be high scoring. But I feel like
Hmm.
North Texas' ability to put up points is just gonna be a little too much for Tulane.
Okay. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna veer away from the game for a second. We
Okay.
know Eric Morris, Drew Matsamaker are both heading to Big 12 country. They're both will be in Stillwater next year with Oklahoma State. We do know that. Hey, thanks for the warm welcome. Was in Texas for a bit, dealing with some family stuff. Hey, sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully everything is good. We know Coach Summerall is headed to SEC country. He's going to Gainesville. How you feel about that hire?
I thought that was a really good hire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good hire. I feel like I ain't gonna say it was a better hire than if they would have got Kiffin, but I feel like you missed on Kiffin. I feel like he was potentially one of the best people you can get. That's like wasn't a name that too many people was throwing out there all the time.
Yeah, I agree with it. We've seen the success he's had at Troy. We've seen him been able to duplicate that success from Troy to Tulane. He's damn good ball coach. Brings outstanding culture and discipline, and we'll see how it fares for him. This game and a lot of these smaller conference championships, especially at the Group of Five level, I think MAC may be the only exception. It's like a home game. It's not like a neutral site game. Like I know MAC does neutral site, but this game is in Tulane, and I know you don't put as much of a thing on home field advantage. It's gonna win this game in your opinion, bro.
You said what?
I said, who you feel like gonna win this game?
Oh, North Texas.
No Texas. I'm with you. Even though it's in Tulane, it's at the bottom of the map. It'll be a damn good game, but I got North Texas winning this game as well. I think it'll be a little bit too much. He said, "Yo, the nail has been driven into the coffin, formerly known as Penn State football." Facts, facts. All right, so let's get to this next rapid fire, brother. We got the SBC championship. We talked about that a little bit earlier, where we got Troy, who's 8-4, taking on JMU, who's 11-1. Talk to me about this game and how you feeling about it, brother.
I'm feeling this would be a game. Honestly, I was like, I'm gonna tune into. I feel like it'll be close. At least I hope it'll be close. But in the back of my head, I'm like, Jim, you can kind of take control at some point, like late second quarter, early third quarter. I feel like they can kind of take control of this game. But I kind of feel good about it. Like that's a game where I'm just like upset. Like I go into the game I'm like, man, I want Troy to win. I don't know why. I like JMU. I don't got nothing against JMU, but I want Troy to win. And I don't know if it's the whole Duke thing is adding up to it, but
That's a good angle, actually.
But yeah, I kind of want just like a group of 5 conference upset. And I feel like this would be one. Like the Tulane one would be cool, but this one would really mean something because Troy's in the ranked team. JMU, I believe they're heavy favorites going into the game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to say heavy favorites, but they're favorites going into this game.
Shout out to my guy Road Dog, man. Hey, great year, by the way, Road Dog. If you guys don't know, Road Dog runs Pick'em League for content creators. I was a part of that league. Bro put so much work in. I don't think people understand the amount of work that he puts in each and every year. Clap it up for you, brother. I can't wait to be a part of it next year as well. Great job, brother.
Wait, were you in a Pick'em League?
Yeah, I was in Road Dogs. It's the Road Dog, the guy who comments. Yeah, I was in his Pick'em League. So he did outstanding job. He does an outstanding job with it. I like Troy in this game, to be honest. Tulane lost game at home. Also, you think North Texas is going to beat Tulane? Tulane just lost their coach. Both schools lost their coach. Coach Morris is going to Stillwater, and then Coach Summerall is going to Florida. So yeah, you're right. They did lose their coaches. JMU defense is outstanding, bro. 5th in the country in yards per game, 12th against the pass, 5th against the run, 10th in scoring defense. Is this ode to how well they play defense? And of course, their head coach, by the way. What I haven't gotten is the latest scoop on what coaches are allowed to coach now and what coaches have gone to their new destinations. Because we haven't even mentioned Bob Chesney.
I saw Kiffin allow Charlie Weiss, right, to go back to coach for the playoffs.
Which is a great move schematically for Ole Miss.
And a great move for Weiss, because honestly, what happened if I do good? What happened if I win the game?
I mean, he not gonna coach next year. They already named your boy Pete Golden the head coach next year.
Yeah, but it could open up another opportunity. Is what I'm trying to say.
But it
could open up an opportunity somewhere else.
It could, but I think if he had similar success at LSU next year, he'll get a head coaching job. I see what you're saying.
I mean, I don't think it happened just off that game.
Coaches well, though.
Yeah, I don't think it happened off that game, but if you go into the playoff, do a good job, it could be a resume builder for after.
100%. If they can find a way to figure it out, but I don't know if those players that they have in Oxford are just outstanding actors, or if they're just really happy for Pete Golden. But please tell me that you've seen the footage. I wish I had it readily available right now. I did,
honestly.
Yo, they're static. But of course, the defensive players are static because that's who they deal with. That's your favorite coach, by the way, Pete Golden, right? All-time favorite coach.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite defensive coordinator. Him and Aaron Henry, top 2.
Oh man, wow, that's crazy. On opposite.
And then my all-time favorite head coach is Mark Cristobal.
He just named 3 guys he can't stand, bro. So, do you think that James Madison defense is legit? Is it?
I think it's legit.
An indication of the competition that they play, or you think it's legit? Okay.
I feel like it's both, but I feel like it's more legit rather than it is an indication on the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like some of it, yeah, is an indication on competition, but I feel like it's a more legit defense than it is an indication on the level of competition that they play.
Mm. Actually, that's an interesting point. Are y'all gonna talk about National Signing Day? Boise State topped all G5 teams in recruiting. No, we actually didn't have that on the
Is
on the notes for today. But yeah,
Penn
nah,
State
we did.
is a Penn State signing that are they still ranked under Missouri State and Montana
It was
State?
low. It was low. And did you see Virginia Tech do the exact opposite? They were ranked
Yeah,
124th and then
that took a big jump.
yeah. So National Signing Day was really good for a few teams. And how did you like them moving everything up? Because we remember historically, National Signing Day was
It was
February
all well, early
and
National
early,
Signing Day was always December. It was always like December. It was always like
December
December of next week, if I'm not mistaken.
21st. Yeah. Yeah, it was like around December 20th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So was that the official National Signing Day, or was that like
No, the
early signing?
official national that was early. Official was in February when they
Okay,
having
yeah,
like the All American Under Armour game and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. They don't do that anymore.
They do.
Okay. I was about
Yeah,
to say
it's just
it's
isn't
so
that
many
big
moving pieces
because lots
around
of
this time of the year.
players. Yeah, it's just not as big because lots of players now sign early so they can enroll
Mhm.
early. They can take
Right.
classes in the spring semester and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Start classes in January. Start working out with the team in January and stuff like that. So it's not as big now
Mm-hmm.
than probably what it was. But yeah, they are still doing it in February, but it's just not a huge thing because lots of the top guys sign by the time December
Yeah.
is.
It just seemed like things were like really pushed up this year. Like early signing, they pushed up. What's that? Almost 2.5, 3 weeks,
Hmm.
almost. That was pushed up this year. But I like it. Just like we're going to get. I don't think people quite ready for like how short of a portal window we're going to get this year as well. While people are already announcing, what I'm saying, that they're in the portal and all of that. So that's gonna be interesting as well. And then some of the people who transferred twice in the regular portal and in the late window portal, that's gonna be no longer a thing. So coaches are gonna know who they have by the time, you know, pretty much what we want to call them, the winter workouts. You're gonna know your roster by winter workouts, and that's
Yeah.
that's that's gonna be outstanding. And that's all that you want before you head into spring camp. So great questions. Keep them coming. We love being interrupted. We absolutely love it. So just keep talking ball with us. I'll catch them as I can. So Troy JMU, you said
I got JMU.
you got JMU. I got JMU 1 and
Yeah, I
2.
want Troy to win, but I got JMU.
I wish I had checked and seen if Bob Chesney was coaching this game. How do you like that fit with him going to UCLA? You
It's
think that was a good
good,
hire for them? Was
but
it a enough hire for them?
I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know. I feel like UCLA is kind of just
You think
they
they're
don't care.
following the Indiana route?
Yeah, like I don't think they care about winning in football. To be honest,
They don't.
like at least that much. Like
Mm-mm.
I don't feel like UCLA is just a university right now. I just do not care about when it comes to football. Like I feel like they think their football program is a joke.
Mhm.
Um, so why
Until
should
they
I
care, why
care?
should we care? I love
Yeah,
it. I'm with you 100%.
yeah. It's just like yeah. It's like I feel like it's a joke, and honestly, I feel like it's to where it was a good program 10
Mhm,
years ago. It seemed like an all right program about what 5 years ago when it had like Zach Charbonnet and stuff like that.
mhm.
It just isn't that, the resources could be good, but they aren't. But I don't think they're all that.
They're not willing to spend money, and
Yeah,
it's like a faculty based or admin based issues that they have. Um, yeah, no one will work at UCLA. Unfortunately, Road Dog, I agree with you. Boise flipped. 4-star two-way player from Georgia nabbed a quarterback who decommitted from Indiana. Damn, hey man, that
yeah.
that that's pretty sharp, bro.
Did goodness, the quarterback, did he actually like confirm that he was flipping from
Jo- uh,
UGA to
Jo-
Vandy?
yeah, he did. He
Okay.
did. He did.
If they like, if I was a crew, I'd be petty. I'd be like, you know what, y'all put out this information before I could announce it. I ain't going to both of these schools.
I mean, you got to admit the other schools got the right to be like, you know what I'm saying, happy, ecstatic, and jubilated. Uh, so let's get into our three big games. Kind of open it up with a little bit of rapid fire, but y'all know our rapid fire is always open for
More
whatever Jalen
conversation.
and I, for more conversation, whatever Jalen and I feel like discussing. So let's talk about this next game. I'm not sure how I feel about this game. Maybe I haven't even given this game enough thought, brother. But I don't know. Like, um, I will say I think I'm talking about the Big Ten championship. We got Indiana 12-0 versus Ohio State 12-0. I do believe this. No matter what team loses, I don't care how much they lose by. Actually, I do care about how much they lose by. Don't go out here and get 30 or lose by like 16 points. But neither team should fall out the top four. How do you feel about that?
Depending on how much you lose by. If you go out there and lay an egg, if Ohio State go out there and lay an egg, if Indiana go out there and lay an egg, you falling out the
Mm-hmm.
top four for me.
You deserve to fall out the top
Yeah,
four. Okay.
I think so.
Because right now in the latest rankings, is it Oregon at 5? No, it's Texas Tech at 5.
Yeah, no, Texas Tech at 4, right?
Texas Tech at 4. Yeah. Texas, you're right. Texas Tech at 4, and then yeah, and then they got a hell of a game that we're gonna talk about later. A game that I'm gonna be at. I probably should have kept that to later. But talk to me about this Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, this is a game I've kind of struggled at because it's like we haven't seen Ohio State play like a crazy outside of like I guess the first week. They haven't played like no crazy competition. Like you haven't seen them play like
Hmm.
a top level team. Whereas Indiana, we saw them against Oregon.
Hmm.
They play Iowa. Iowa still could be by Illinois, but Iowa's still a really good team. No wrong. We saw Ohio State against Illinois. They looked really good. We saw Ohio State against Texas. Our defense looked good, and that was the first week. So I think if they played again, the offense will look a lot better. Um, you know, I, I ain't gonna lie. I've struggled getting the fact that it's Indiana out of my mind.
Hmm.
Like I feel like it was if Indiana was Georgia, I'll look at this game a lot differently.
Uh-huh.
My mind kind of just want to go Ohio State anyways.
All right.
But
I
I
think
feel like
that's fair.
but if you watch this season, Indiana has a chance. Like
Hmm.
Ohio State, yeah, they've been number one all season, or not all season, but they been number one for a good chunk of the season. Indiana has played very good, and Ohio State isn't a perfect team. Like
Hmm.
I've seen their offense struggle at times. I don't feel like the run game is as good as it was last year. Which I mean, you lose Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson, that's going to happen. But I don't feel like it is as effective as what people try to make it seem. I feel like the commentators every game try to hype up Bo Jackson. I'm like, he's cool, but I don't feel like he's all that.
That's funny, dog.
Yeah, their offense. I think in I don't know if it's the red zone offense or the offense like inside the 5 struggles.
Hmm.
Indiana, like you look at them, they ain't no slouch. They can pass it, they can run it. They beat teams doing that multiple times this season. We've seen them play defense. So I look at this game. I've had a hard time judging it. You want to read some of the super chats?
Yeah, so we got our dog Brian said Ohio State will remind Indiana who runs the Big Ten. As good as
See this.
Indiana is, don't forget Oregon is in a rebuild year, not as good as normal Oregon teams. Indiana is overrated in my opinion. I do not agree with the
See,
notion that
that's why I
Indiana
said I
is
feel
overrated.
like, and
If
maybe
Indiana
Brian
is
not
not
thinking like that.
get big plays on special teams, I'm telling you, they have a chance. Here's a legit question. Um, this Indiana team, let's say hypothetically, they're in the ACC or Big 12, but they still have been ranked 2. Yeah, they played some pretty good teams this year. They beat Oregon in Oregon. That's one of the best wins anybody can have all year. Uh, this Indiana team did beat Iowa, albeit 20-15, but Iowa's a really good, rugged, physical
Shoot,
team. You
they
know
whooped
what
Illinois.
Kirk Ferris team's going to do. We saw him put hands and feet on Illinois this year. I think those are outstanding questions. I think right now, all I can think about is 2015 Alabama. And what did Nick Saban have to do with 2015 Alabama with one of the coaches on that roster?
I don't know. I don't know.
He had the offensive coordinator. Yeah, belt the Chiefs. The offensive coordinator.
Lane Kiffin?
Lane Kiffin had to be removed because Nick Saban believed that Lane Kiffin was more focused on his transition to FAU than he was on coaching, you know what I'm saying, and getting them prepared for the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Hartline, who's been hired by USF, after Alex Golesh had such a successful stint there, Alex Golesh is now going to Auburn. Brian Hartline has agreed to continue to coach Ohio State throughout as the offensive coordinator, of course, throughout the duration of the playoffs. Do you think he'll be laser focused? Like, parts of his home has to be already in that Tampa area.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll be laser focused because you can't. I mean, not in this day and age college football. Players won't transfer. You trying to get transfers,
right? What players on the team like? Yo, it's cold up here. You
got He still got to figure out his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's a lot. That's a lot to figure out. A lot family oriented things to figure out as well.
Yeah,
like it's, you know what I'm saying.
So he can't be laser focused, but he can be focused.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he will be.
I've seen Texas A&M in the deep water. I've seen Indiana in the deep water. I've seen Oregon in the deep water. I've seen Alabama in the deep water. I've seen Georgia in deep water. I've seen Ole Miss in deep water. I've seen Texas Tech in deep water. I've seen BYU in deep water. I have yet to see Ohio State in deep water.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like
this game scares me because of that very reason.
We've seen them against good teams. We've seen them against Illinois.
They handle business versus Texas, Illinois. But when had that Washington was supposed to be slated as this really big early season game that ended up being a dud because Ohio State, it was business as usual. But with a little bit of adversity with your offensive coordinator, a guy that's been so deep with, his ability to get marquee wide receivers to go to Columbus. And I don't think that'll change, but he may have the ability to get some wide receivers to come to Tampa. Now, it's just how laser focused is he? Because we know on the other sideline, we know that Kirk Cignetti is laser focused. And guess what else they was able to do? He was able to handle business versus Michigan this year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's been a monkey off of the back type of year. You know what I'm saying? So if they do end up in deep water, this game is in Lucas Oil Stadium?
Yeah.
How confident is everybody if this game is a deep water game for Ohio State and they show that resolve and that resilience that we need to see out of marquee teams? That's a question I have for everybody. Y'all can answer that in the chat.
I'll be honest. I worry about that because historically, teams that are usually more on a dominant side, when they start to get punched in the mouth, they butts start getting tight and then them clutch moments.
Mm-hmm.
Your quarterback throw a ball on the ground on a 3rd and 10. Now it's 4th and 10. Y'all got to score a touchdown. Yeah, but he got to get the first down first. You down 10 to start the 4th quarter, and your run game not working. Like, I don't know. Like, that's one thing. And remember, Brian earlier said he would Ohio State will show Indiana basically Ohio State will show Indiana will show Indiana who they actually are. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get at. I feel like people's perception of Indiana is just that they're Indiana and that is Ohio State. So Ohio State finna just smack them.
Right.
Ohio State just finna beat them, and things finna go back to normal. When in reality, I don't know if that's the
Indiana's head
case.
coach is a sicko. I don't think people realize how much of a sicko Kirk Cincinnati is. I've had the ability, seeing him at JMU, and I would go to a handful of JMU games every year for the last few years. I didn't make it out there this season for some reason, but I don't know. I I think with Ohio State, the season that they've played outstanding this year. Like I don't think there's been too many seasons, what I'm saying, at least in the 14 era or, playoff era that we could just say, damn, this team has been the best team start to finish. And you can question it here and there, but like they ain't really had no blemishes. They haven't been in deep water. For some reason, bro, give me Indiana to win this game.
Yeah,
I
same.
I think with figuring out what's going on when Hartline this is the first ever head coaching opportunity, right?
Yes.
Ooh, that just sent a guy in 2 years back up to the SEC ranks. I can't wait to see the Alex Golish experience in Auburn. I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it. And I think they're gonna really compete with teams like Tennessee for getting some of those top tier recruits there because it's a quarterback friendly offense. I don't know. I have Indiana winning this game. I just don't know why.
Yeah, I got
Go ahead.
Indiana as well.
Brian Addison, he said Ohio State is just too deep for Indiana. Seriously, in my opinion, Indiana will have to play a flawless game and have their prayers answered simultaneously to have a legitimate chance. That vernacular is crazy, Brian, and you're my dog. He said Indiana will have to play a flawless game. Listen to these. Flawless game. Prayers answered simultaneously to have a legitimate chance. Wow. Brian puts no faith into Indiana. I like that. Auburn, higher silent. Yeah, I love Alex Golish going there.
Yeah, that was a fire hire.
Yeah, that was a fire hire. So we will definitely see about that one. We got
I
one
didn't
that
even.
we got. What did you say, bro? Was that a pun you just said?
No, I say I didn't mean to rhyme when I said fire and hire.
Oh, fire hire. Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know you was out here like a wordsmith, man.
yeah. No, I didn't mean to rhyme with that. But yeah, I
You
love
did
that hire.
Okay.
Um,
Let me take this time. I
what
don't know
game's
why.
next? Is it the
It's a damn good one, brother. We got Alabama.
SEC?
Yep, SEC
We've
championship.
seen this matchup before.
We have seen this matchup before, and we've seen this matchup before in Athens and Alabama at that time. You didn't even think that Alabama could possibly go to.
I think we both go Georgia. Remember?
Yeah, we did. We both did go because we just didn't see. And they said nice wordplay,
Jay. Red flag.
Uh-huh.
We list off the red flags. Remember, we was like Ron Williams isn't good.
Yeah.
We was like the run game isn't good. Offensive line shaky a little bit.
It was the physicality, the lack of physicality that we saw in the Florida State game. So
yeah, everything was just reversed.
It was. Like, we had a chance to see both of these teams this year. I think some of the gutty performances that I have to ask this question before I get to my point because I am going somewhere with this. But Gunnar Stockton, why is he disrespected?
He's just not a world he's just not a world beater at quarterback. Like he's not a dude that's gonna wow you. He gets the job done. He also just doesn't like. I don't know what it is. I feel like he just isn't out there. Also, like in the media, like he's just kind of. I feel like he's a more reserved type player as well. Like I feel like it's kind of just that, but it's like. I mean, look at this year. It's not crazy elite quarterback year. So it's like, if it is a year to be talked about, it's this year. But it's just like it's Gunnar Stockton. Like I feel like most people know. Okay, yeah, he's not a top quarterback prospect. He's a reserve player. He. You kind of don't expect him to go out here and win you a game, really. I feel like that's why he's kind of more like on the disrespected side because I feel like that's like the how people kind of look at him.
Yeah,
He isn't a Stetson Bennett. Where Stetson Bennett, hey, he
He has some moxie to him. Yeah, a little bit of
yeah,
bravado to him. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I see where you going there. He's kind of the kind of just does things the right way. He's not going to give you a spicy media take like there go Pavia would
Mm-hmm.
and attempt to back it up. But to me, I think he's the type of quarterback. What do we need? Let's get it done. My defense playing outstanding. Okay, what we need for this game is for me to protect the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, guns are blazing down there in Knoxville. Oh, y'all need me to go be gouty and find a way to win this game, like the way that he was able to go win that game in Knoxville this past year, or when it was a barn burner versus Ole Miss in Athens. He was able to do what he needed to do, continue to put points on the board, and they found a way to win that game versus Ole Miss. I was just wondering why people don't like him, because I've heard some really interesting comments around him. And I've seen some interesting ones, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not a believer. I probably shouldn't say this. I'm gonna say it anyway. All right. So I'm not a big believer in these blue chippers. I don't give a damn what you did in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's some kids that you know that all right, like Jeremiah Smith. You didn't think I heard the buzz? Hell yeah, I heard the buzz.
Yeah.
When I heard he got the stripe removed, I believed the buzz. in scrimmages against you know what I'm saying, collegiate athletes. Like, all right, I believe it now. When he got the stripe removed, I think they said he's the quickest freshman to ever do it, to get his stripe removed, and this was in spring camp, right?
Yep.
So these guys, what they done in high school, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I will never say a guy, I don't care if he's the blue chipper of the blue chipper at the high school level, is better than a guy that's already doing it. Even if it's the guy like Turner Stockton with 20 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, Rayola was supposed to be this guy. He's okay. I don't think he's all that.
Yeah.
Arch Manning was a perfect recruit. He's okay. I don't think he's all that. I'll think of another position.
And that's why I honestly don't follow high school recruiting closely. Like, if there's a guy here people keep talking about, I'll go look at the tape. I'll shout out to Dino and Nino.
Ron Williams.
Called
Ron Williams.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this guy, you know. You know, I remember his commemographic. I don't know if his commemographic, Steve's had a commemographic. It was
was it him?
Well, Hayes dropped the original commemographic.
Okay.
But Steve's made one.
Uh-huh.
And it was I think it was
I got so many questions, but I can't ask you what
it was. I forget what it was, but it was supposed to be fire. Like it was supposed to be it was supposed to have Hollywood in the background. And it was I want to say it was supposed to be like statues, but it's supposed to be like Ron it's supposed to be like famous statues or something like that, but it's supposed to be Ron Williams instead of the statue.
Yeah, the actual statues. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like I remember the hype, and like he was supposed to be the number 2 wide receiver outside of Jeremiah Smith, but you know they were supposed to be neck and neck, like. And
then Cam Coleman was in that, and of course Cam Coleman, you know, his quarterback kind of play struggle year 1 and 2. I'd be interested if I'm him, I would want to stay in that Vera shoot offense with a playmaker.
I still would get that quarterback. And then make that decision.
Yeah. So like I don't know. That's always been my belief. That's why like if you guys ever watch this show, me and Jalen, we've spent a couple of episodes talking about recruiting, but we kind of more wait and see like what are they doing in camp? Like because Gideon Davison was a guy that I started putting a lot of investment in because I'm like, well, he could probably get a lot of playing time as a true freshman. That hasn't happened, bro.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I don't really follow it the way that I should, and that's just my honest opinion. So I don't know. I think is it appropriate enough to say that Georgia's surging at the right time and Alabama isn't?
I think it is. You know, and KT, I was looking at him like, man, Kalen DeBoer. I was thinking, a couple weeks ago, I was like, I mean, I might have to apologize. I was saying he wanted the guy for the job, and then he's a game away from missing the playoffs.
He is
for a second straight year.
Yeah, a game at home versus Oklahoma. Brent Venable just owns the man, and personally, you know what I'm saying. You know,
FSU loss. What loss did they have this year? Besides FSU,
It was to Coach Venables. Well,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I don't know why
Well,
that game is such a blur to me.
and Caleb DeBoer's really
I think
defensive
so.
defensive game.
Oh, you come in at home. I think that was
Yeah, it was
my brother had a game that day. That's why.
that might have been what it was. They scored a defensive touchdown early in the game. Uh, I think Jean Mateer had done just enough. They protected the ball. He was able to move the ball. It's just, to me, the difference was Brent Venables was ahead of Ryan Grubb the entire game. The
Hmm.
entire day he was ahead of him, bro.
Now,
Like,
Kalen DeBoer,
mhm.
he has whooped on Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. And he's undefeated against Georgia. What, 2-0?
Mm-hmm. That's accurate.
Um, but so to where Venables was ahead of Grubb,
Mm-hmm.
is DeBoer ahead of Kirby?
That's a great question. Yeah, I would say yeah. I'm saying what we seen through two games, the offensive explosion that we seen last year, and the defense was forcing a lot of turnovers, to the possession game that they was able to play down at Athens earlier this season. Yeah. But to me, I think what we'll see this game, we'll see a team that is going to come out and play loose, because they've been there and they've done that. Their coach has been there and done that. And because no matter what happens this game, they're in the playoffs. I think you'll see a team that comes out and not going to be as loose, because they be like, well, we should still be in the playoffs, shouldn't we?
I don't think
Even
so. If they
though,
lose, I don't think they should be.
nah, I don't believe they deserve to be in.
But I do think it's a chance that they lose. They get in still.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Greg Sankey and strength of schedule, and two of your, what would that be? Two of your three losses? Nah. Well, yeah, two of your three losses come against playoff bound teams.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be tough. Give me Georgia. I want to say Bama, but to me, I think Georgia's going to come in. I think they're going to play loose, and I think, like, Kirby just ends here some way, some shape, some form. Every year you want to count Georgia out. What?
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
I like the Gunner Stockton guy. He just ends up here somehow.
yeah. I think
And this wasn't even an overly great defensive year for them either. You can go
it
ahead.
wasn't, but I think Kirby gets his first one against Kayla.
Yeah, I agree, and we both think that ultimately puts Alabama out the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Back-to-back year, no playoff. Will DeBoer get fired?
No,
Okay.
but he got one more year left to make the playoff, and then that's when the talks will start.
If Penn State is interested in Kalen DeBoer, should he consider the job?
No, what the heck? I'm not leaving Bama.
Okay.
Boy, I don't care. My seat is hot.
He said the devil is a lie.
Because you know what? I can get fired to still get a job at Penn State.
Yeah, that's true.
Potentially,
That's true.
depending on who they hire. But
All
yeah,
right. We got one more game on our slate. Shout out to everybody who's been active and talking to us, and we truly appreciate it. And we love when you guys comment, and we love to post them so you all can see them and everybody else can see them. And it always makes the show better. Big 12 championship. We say this for last. I kind of spilled the beans earlier. I will be headed to the Cotton Bowl, and I don't know. It just seems fitting. We started our season here this year at it wasn't quite at the Cotton Bowl, but it was at in Frisco for Big 12 Media Days. That's where our year began. I feel like that's when the year starts. Like, we do a lot of talking. We say a lot of things. In the spring, during the spring season, and other things. Hold on, I need to remove this 10-second timer that it keeps putting on everything now. My bad. And it's a lot of predictions, and I know there's been a lot of things I've been way wrong about, and I will have an episode of Governor College Football addressing a lot of those things. I was way wrong on a lot of things. I was right on a few things as well, but to me, the season starts once Media Days begin, and our season started in Frisco, Big 12 Media Days. Director Mike was there, Moon was there, I was there, and we got to meet Mr. Rogers, shake his hand. He's one of the executives for the Cotton Bowl, and just receiving an email from him today takes me back to the conversation we had with him live at Big 12 Media Days. And kind of finishing our season there. There's no telling what bowl games we get invited to. I'll try to make it to a couple of them. Senior Bowl is coming up. I do expect to be at the Peach Bowl, which is a college football playoff game. I can't tell you guys live while I expect to be there, but I'll tell Jalen off camera why I expect us to get credentialed there. And if you all been paying attention, some of you should already know why we should get credentialed there. Because we credentialed there earlier in the season. But I'm excited for this game. Did you see some of the Big 12 superlatives that came out earlier? Did you get the email?
I did, but I didn't read it.
Okay, so I'll go over a few of them. I actually
The Big 12 and ACT send so many emails. I just kind of
they do. They send a lot of emails. SEC sends a lot as well. So offensive player of the year, LJ Martin, BYU. Defensive player of the year, Jacob Rodriguez. He deserves that 100%. Newcomer is Devin Dampier. Defensive newcomer of the year is David Bailey, Texas Tech. He's so dope. But you guys know how I feel about Romello Height. Offensive freshman of the year. What do you think it is? It's not difficult, bro.
Am I forgetting?
Yeah, they're playing in this game.
Offensive freshman.
Yeah.
Bachmeier.
Yeah, Bear Bachmeier. Yeah. You got it, bro. Defense freshman of the year, Wendell Gregory, Oklahoma State. Special teams player of the year, Palmer Williams, punter for Baylor. Offensive lineman of the year, Spencer Fano. That I should have let you guess that one. Defensive lineman of the year, David Bailey. Scholar athlete of the year, Sawyer Robertson. Chuck Nice, Big 12 coach of the year, Kalani Sataki. That is very controversial to me. Can we talk about that before we get into this game?
Yeah.
So Kalani Sataki named the Big 12 Coach of the Year. Do you think that was the correct move? If yes, why? If no, why?
It's tough.
Brian, my fault, Jalen. Brian, we are going to pack 8 media days next year. That's one of the things me and Moon were discussing when I was on the phone with them a few weeks ago. I may do other than Big 12, and if SEC, we actually in good faith with SEC right now, so I'm gonna shut my mouth. But it's gonna be mostly Group of 5, or it'll be Group of 6 then. So yes, we're going to Pac-12 media. I don't care where it's at. We're going to Pac-12 media days. Yes, that's the thing.
Honestly, I feel like it's not the wrong choice. I would probably go Joey McGuire.
Mm-hmm.
Just based off the rule. One, Texas Tech I feel like it's just a better team. 2, they beat BYU. Actually, they didn't just beat, they whooped BYU. And Texas Tech has they've been a better team all season. And
that's a fact.
You look at it, they are a lock to go to the playoff. BYU is not.
Mm-hmm. So that's a fact. That's what
they run the conference.
Like, that's what Boomer said it. Nino said it. D-Now said it. They was like, "Whoa, McGuire should have won that." I think it was one of those things where we kind of expected the success out of.
But I feel like that's some bull. Like
it is.
If y'all expected it and I do it, that means I did my job.
Yeah. Hey, I met those expectations. Damn, Jalen, that's a great take. And that's what Brian said. Texas Tech coach should have been Big 12 coach of the year. Yeah, they gave it to Kalani to take.
It's like when everybody talk about, oh yeah, this coach does more or less. But if I'm a coach that does, if I'm a coach that wins with great talent,
right?
What's wrong with that? Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right?
Why I ain't gonna be?
Yeah.
Now I love that. That's probably one of my favorite takes from you. That's an outstanding take. So Road Dogg said something that I'm related to what we're talking about, but it's related to what we were talking about earlier when we were discussing that Kalen DeBoer, would he consider going to Penn State? He said it'd be funny if Bama gets Kiffin if DeBoer left for Penn State. Is Bama the ultimate place that Lane Kiffin's trying to get to? I gotta ask you that.
No,
because I have a theory it is.
No, Lane Kiffin just sleeps with every AD in the dang
Hey,
in
have
the
you seen that?
SEC.
Have you
Like,
seen the memes? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
yeah, it's Lane Kiffin. Like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Nah, like that. Not like Lane Kiffin ultimate goal is to coach everywhere before he passed away. Like
I
that's
never
that's Lane Kiffin's goal. Like,
I never thought about this angle. This is an outstanding angle, Bob. I'm loving these comments today. BYU is Mormon owned. We know that. So the church pumps in a lot of money into ESPN and Big 12 for the for promoting BYU. Hey, I love that. I ain't mad at that at all.
but yeah,
So
Lane Kiffin is just one of them people you can't trust.
mm,
And it's funny because I think it was Steve that texted me. He was like, "Yeah, I watched the interview early in the season. He was talking about how changed he is, and then he goes on just to leave them at the end of the season."
I
It's like, yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't look at it the way everybody else looks at it. One, because I'm a Lane Kiffin guy, and I can see the changes that Lane Kiffin has made.
man,
I
that's cool. He stopped sleeping with it's like a girl. Okay, she stopped sleeping with 10 dudes in a week, and now she's sleeping 5. Good, it's improvement, but you still is who you is.
all right. Let me say this. So
Oh man,
if
shout
you got
out
a
Corinne
if
Stephens.
you got job promotion, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you take it. How many people get job promotions within a you know what I'm saying? But you stay at the same place. There's not a lot of job. Did you just call Lane Kiffin Corinne Stephens?
Yeah. Like,
Hey, Lane Kiffin's gonna hate us, man. Next year he's gonna walk up to us and say, "I'm not Corinne Stephens."
but it's who he is, and it's like he might be changed, but he ain't really changed. It's cool for the right price. He's gonna go back to who he was.
Man, wow. Wow. Yo. Yo. All right, let's get back to talking about Big 12 ball. We got BYU 11-1, Texas Tech 11-1. Both of these teams at their best. Who's the better team?
Texas Tech.
All right.
And I don't think it's really a question. Like,
you know what team I feel bad for? And I shouldn't feel bad for because they did it to themselves. I feel really bad for Utah.
Okay.
They did it to themselves though.
They
allowed Texas Tech to come there and put hands and feet on them. I think Will Hammond played most of the game.
He did because Morton got hurt. I want to say early second quarter, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Kiffin needs to pick a school and stay there. He's like a student athlete. He changes venues every 2 or 3 years, bro. Yeah. That is facts. That boy in the portal every few years. That boy in the portal. So we agreed that Texas Tech, if they're at their best, we favor Texas Tech. Can I be honest with you about the last game? As great as I thought Texas Tech played, something that bothered me in that game versus BYU, they could not finish drives. Because if you look at that game, like in retrospect, it's like, yo, this game should have been like a much larger margin of victory. Like, to me, Texas Tech should have won by like 24 points. You know what I'm saying? It could have won by like 28 points. Kiffin belongs to the streets. Hey, bro. Why y'all frying Lane Kiffin, bro?
He violating himself. He out here being fast.
Oh man, bro, Jalen, you 47 talking about. Hey man, oh man, it's like if Governor, it's like Kiffin thinks there's a coaching transfer portal. Yeah, man, fast and slippery. Forget it. Let's just have a Lane Kiffin coach roasting session, bro. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through this last segment, though. Hey yo, man, y'all dudes is too funny. So yeah, that's my only thing. Like when I think about
Charlie Weiss, you is who you hang around, just to let you know.
Wow, so you call it Charlie Weiss too? Hey man, Charlie White's father. Damn, Charlie White's father was what New England. He's with Notre Dame. What else was he with?
Oh no.
Uh, that's crazy. But yeah, so that was my only thought about the first game is that I felt like BYU. I'm sorry, I feel like Texas Tech should won by like,
Mm-hmm.
but they did.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I got Texas Tech though. BYU did the same thing they did that what I be talking about. They started off slow. UCF jumped out on them. I thought they was gonna potentially lose, but ended up putting a point, beating them 41-21.
Yeah,
and I feel like what I say they're gonna start off slow against Texas Tech again, and they're gonna lose again. So I got Texas Tech again.
Texas Tech. I went and fact checked. Texas Tech did win that game by 22. I think it was 29-8. Not what's that 21?
Yeah.
And that game wasn't Lubbock. Yeah, Texas Tech wins again. Texas Tech wins again. He said we could now because we always all the good bumps. So if it come on, we should be discussing he freeze instead. Hey, bro, I've been crazy today, man. So yeah, I agree with you. Texas Tech won this game. I think Joey McGuire will be even more motivated after saying that he wasn't Big 12 coach of the year, and his players are going to be even more motivated because they're going to feel disrespected that their coach wasn't Player of the Year. Any final statements, Jalen, before you get up out of here, brother?
I don't think so.
It's been a fun show. It's always a fun show with you all. I believe overreaction is happening tonight. I gotta check with the gang. I'm not sure if I'm in it or not, but we'll see. I'm always down though. Hey, ain't that crazy? they booted me. They said, "Yeah, you can just like create the show, come up with the questions and stuff. We got it from there." Like they didn't turn me to an executive producer, bro. Yes, I always like to say there are no more victories in the sport that survive in the past. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care.